YouTube Analytics is a great tool for helping you grow your channel, but you need to make sure you understand everything that is going on in the back end for any of this data to actually be useful. So today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the YouTube Studio so that you can confidently read your analytics in order to help grow your channel faster. So the first stats that you are going to see are on your dashboard. You're going to see your latest video performance, ranking them by views for the last 8 videos that you've done, the amount of views that you have and what your typical usually is, your click-through rate, and your average view duration versus what your typical average view duration is, if you of course have other videos posted on your channel. You're also going to see a summary of your channel analytics, the current subscribers that you have versus what you've got in the last 28 days. You can see your views with your typical range, your watch hours with your typical range, and I have an extra tab here for revenue, which of course, if you are not monetized, you are not going to see that. And then you can see your top 3 videos for the last 48 hours. And we're going to go over what all this means if you don't already know what it means. So let's head into the analytics and actually look at the YouTube Studio. Now, the first thing that you're going to see here is an overview of the last 28 days. The 28 days is always the default. If you want to change it, you can go up here and you can change it to some of the presets they have, or you can do custom. So I'm going to actually set mine to December 2022 since that is going to be a full month of data. And you can see a little overview here in December. This is how many times people watched my videos, the views that I got, the watch hours, the subscribers, and I have an estimated revenue tab. If you're not monetized, again, you're not going to see that. So likely you'll just see these 3 tabs here. And if you hover over them, you can see as I'm hovering over them already that they're going to give you a little bit more information about this tab. And then it will show you the exact number of views that you got because this is just a range. And then the watch hours, you can click on learn more here and it's going to give you a little help window and shows you a little bit more information about different things and metrics to know, which we're going to go over in a minute. You have your real-time views over here, so your subscriber count, and then you can actually click and see what your whole live count is. It doesn't move very fast when you're this small though, so that's not really interesting to look at. You can see your views over the last 48 hours broken down by hour, and then the latest content. This is going to be the latest video that you posted. So this was shown on the first page. And we're going to get to top content in a minute. But I want to start with these definitions in case you're very new to YouTube and you have no idea what we're going to be talking about. These are going to be some of the terms that I'm using in this video, so I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Views is pretty self-explanatory, the number of views on your video. Watch hours is the amount of time viewers have watched your video in hours. And this is an important metric for when you are getting monetized on YouTube. If you want to get monetized on YouTube, you need 4,000 watch hours in a 12-month period. So watch hours is something that you really want to pay attention to if you are trying to get monetized still. Average view duration is another important one. It is the estimated average minutes watched per view for the selected video and date range. So we're going to be going over that when we get to individual videos. It's basically how long on average are people watching your videos. And you really want people to be watching all the way through or basically as long as possible. Impressions is how many times your thumbnails were shown to viewers. Now this is not views, of course. This is just how many times people saw your thumbnail on their screen, whether they clicked on it or not. And then the impression and click-through rate is how often viewers watched a video after seeing a thumbnail. So it's basically like views is how many people clicked on your thumbnail and watched versus the impressions, which is how many people saw your video but didn't click on it. And then the impression and click-through rate is that is the percentage of your impressions click-through rate, or CTR for short. You may hear me say AVD, which is average view duration, or CTR, which is click-through rate. Now I want to check out advanced mode while we're here. So you can either click see more, that was down there, or you can click advanced mode. It's going to get you to the same place. And there's a lot of information here, and this can be overwhelming, but to be honest with you, 90% of these tabs I don't even use. So we're going to break it down into what is actually useful and what you really don't need to pay attention to. So this is going to give you, I believe it's your first 50 results. And this is all in December 2022 still. So if you hover over every individual one, you can see more information about it. If you click on them, it's going to go from top to bottom here, from your best to your worst. This chart here, and I find the chart to be very, very confusing. It'll only show the top 5 videos, and you can see, okay, this one got 12 views versus the 7 versus the 19. It's really kind of confusing to look at, honestly, but if you want to see an individual video, you can click on it, and it's only going to show that one video. And then if you want to say, maybe I want to compare these two, you can do that, and this makes it a little bit less messy than having a bunch of videos on here. Or if you want to see your total views for the last 50, you can just click on this and it's going to give you a black line, which is everything. And if you want, you can also turn this into a bar chart. So for this is only going to be 1 because of course it says total. So you want to unclick that and then it's going to show you your top 5 videos. If you go back to the line chart as well, if you don't want to see daily, you can also see weekly. And then there's a bunch of other things that you can look at. Right now we're just looking at views, but if you click here, if you want to see by subscribers, revenue, impressions, click-through rate, all of that. So these are the main ones that you want to look at. And when we click on more metrics, you're going to see there's a lot. And this is definitely overwhelming, but a lot of these I don't look at. YouTube premium views, that's not very interesting to me. Clips, I don't really pay attention to. Posts is for the community tab. If you're doing live streams, this one's interesting to you, it's not to me. So a lot of these I don't even look at. And then you can also do a secondary metric as well. So let's say you want to do impressions versus views. You can see that and then it will highlight it, views versus impressions. The next important thing here is traffic source. Now this I think is way more important than views. Like views is great if you see a video like taking off or doing really well, but I think traffic source is going to tell you a lot more because it's telling you where people are clicking on your stuff at. So the first thing here is YouTube search, and I'm going to go back out to 2022. So the first thing here is a lot of crazy stuff. It's going to show you your top 5, and like I said, you can click and see YouTube search, and YouTube search is honestly an absolute powerhouse. My channel in all of 2022 got 72,000 views. 32,000 of those, almost half of my views, came from YouTube search alone. So if you are not utilizing SEO, keyword research, and trying to get ranked in YouTube search, start using it. For sure. And you can see as well, my top 5 are all YouTube features. And if you don't know what these mean, you can also look over the little question mark. So this is search term used by viewers on YouTube to find your content. Browse features is traffic from the homepage or home screen, the subscription feed, and other browsing features. And then suggested videos is views from suggested appearing alongside or after other videos. And you can do a bigger, deeper dive into this if you want to click on YouTube search. It is going to show you what your top 50 results for what is driving you the most traffic. There really is no easy determined back button. It actually is just right here. You just click back on traffic source and it'll take you back. And then if we go to browse features, you can see a little bit more information on that. The homepage, 82% of my traffic came from the homepage, which is fantastic. Suggested videos, I believe if you click on this, you can see what videos were suggesting you the most. Yeah, and this might give you some good ideas for what videos that you want to create. If you see this video like, oh, affiliate marketing on Pinterest, I never thought to create that video. If that's already suggesting my content, why don't I create a video like that? And you can see actually right here, I did that and even labeled it the same thing. Best Pinterest practices 2022. How to hack your Pinterest. This one is recommending this video likely. Best Pinterest practices 2022, confirmed by Pinterest. So you can see I'm doing that in my own thing, trying to get my own videos to suggest my own videos to help you get some more views. Now, past these two, I don't really look at anything else here. You can see all these different types of things. I don't typically look at them because like geography, it's cool to see, oh wow, look, some of my stuff is coming from South Africa. Like that's really interesting, but it doesn't really help me. Next, I want to show you how you can compare your videos. I'm going to go to this little button that says compare to. So there's a bunch of information here. You can compare it to period over period. So basically for this selection would be year over year, or you could just do year over year yourself. So this one's good for like month over month, basically. Thing I want to show you is groups. And you can see I have quite a few groups created here. So let's go with Pinterest videos. And you can see that it is comparing my Pinterest videos to all of my content for last year. And so basically this is saying that out of 72,000 views, 44,000 of them came from Pinterest videos. But if you want to compare a group to a group, if we click on Sarah Marie blog, we can go to group and let's say we want to compare it to blogging videos. Now, blogging videos is on the left, Pinterest videos is on the right. My blogging videos did not compare at all to my Pinterest videos, but this is a good way for you to see what topics are doing well on your channel. And creating a group is super easy. All you have to do is go to create new group and you can title it, and then you can start clicking on videos and putting them all in a group. So I've done this for topics. I've done this when I was testing out thumbnails and I was doing different text, and like you can really see what is doing better, and you can do that for titles as well. The options are really endless. It all depends on what you want to do, but then you just put in your videos, click save. If we go back to the channel analytics page, let's go down to top content this period. So we're back to just December. You can see which of your videos for the top 10, and then you can see more if you want. But top 10 is really probably most important. And if you want to do lifetime, that's another good one to see what are the top videos that I have done total on my channel ever, because that's going to give you an idea of where you should go next. You should always know what your top 10 videos are roughly, or at least your top 3 to 5. When I saw a Pinterest video take off, I knew, okay, I should do more Pinterest content. And it gives you an idea of what you should be creating because you can see how well those things are doing. And then it's good to know month over month, pay attention to it when it changes. You want to see that because if you see a video that is all of a sudden taking off, you might want to capitalize on that. Back over here to the content tab, you can see a few things here, the views versus the impressions. You have a bunch of other good metrics here to look at, key moments for audience retention. So this is good for you to determine what is working that I'm doing, what is not working that I'm doing. And you can see these stats on every single individual video, and we'll go back into that and show you. But this is a good way to figure out which videos are doing well, which intros are doing well, and which ones are not. And this right here is the audience retention, which is the purple line, versus gray, which is what is your typical audience retention. There's a little bit more information down here, how viewers find your video. You can see more of this in the advanced tab, and then your top videos here. In terms of audience, I don't typically look at this tab. You can see your returning viewers versus your unique viewers. Videos growing your audience. So these are ones that are growing my audience, but the new viewers who returned are low on them. You can see other channels that your audience currently watches. You can see when your viewers are on YouTube, the top demographics and like subtitles. You can also see some bell notifications, which I find to be interesting, how many people have your bell notifications on or all notifications. And then you can see not subscribed versus subscribed, and a few other things that you can see in the advanced mode. Revenue, I'm not going to go over too much of this because if you don't have revenue, you're not going to see this. And as I said, I was only monetized last month, so I don't have a whole lot of data, but you can see the estimated revenue versus the RPM versus the playback. You can see how much you're earning, your top content, watch page, how you make your money, and then if you have any super thanks, you can see that down there. Research, however, is a new tab that they're basically trying to help you figure out what videos would be best for your channel. So you can search anything across YouTube to see. So let's do how to crochet. This is still brand new pretty much, and they need to do a lot more for me to actually use this. I would rather just use vidIQ, which is a better tool. It's an external tool that I personally pay for, but it's way better than this. And then you can see your viewers' searches. Mine are pretty useless. They're just how to make money on Pinterest, blogging, all of the things that I already know. But if you're brand new or anything, this might be helpful for you. And then if you have any saved ideas, they're gonna go there. Now, if we go back to overview, I want to go to, let's just go to this video here, and I'll show you how I check out individual videos and analytics and things. You're gonna get the same overview here, views, watch time, subscribers. If you have revenue, you're gonna see the revenue. And then this is what we were looking at earlier. You can see the average view duration versus the percent, and this is going to show you your typical retention versus this video. The 30-second mark is really something that you want to grab your viewers' attention and really pay attention to because YouTube, they put a lot on those first 30 seconds. But if you go to your reach, you can see the impressions versus the click-through rate. So this has an 11% click-through rate, which is fantastic. And that is why it's one of my top videos. I've noticed if you can get 8% click-through rate, like if you can get like 9 to 10% click-through rate, those are the videos that are going to be like your top videos. That's at least my benchmark. I know if a video gets 8% at the lowest, but like 10+%, it's probably going to be in my top and go really, really far. You can see YouTube search, browse features, or wherever it's coming from. And then you can see the impressions and how it led to watch time. It's also ranking in Google, which is fantastic. You can see the bell notifications that were sent. You can see the YouTube search terms and the content suggesting the video and the playlist as well. I find these things to be fascinating because if you see a search term on here that you weren't expecting, you might be able to create another video on that topic. So let's say I never did a video on how to gain followers on Pinterest. I might not have worded any video that specific way, but because it's driving me traffic, I maybe want to create a video on how to gain followers on Pinterest and try to get a video ranking in that specific topic. So this gives you some interesting insight on what exactly your viewers are looking up, because then you can create videos on that as well. Same thing for the content suggesting the video. If you see a video topic on here that you've never done before, but it's recommending your content, you want to then create a video on that topic in a similar way. That is definitely one of the ways that you can get more views on your YouTube videos. And if you go to engagement, you can see the watch hours versus the average view duration. There's a bunch of other information on here, likes versus dislikes, end screen element click rate. Now, this is actually something that I personally paid attention to because it's going to help you drive more traffic to your other videos. So I used to just have some music playing and this little end screen would pop up. You probably see them in a lot of videos where it gives you two options and then it will give you a subscribe button. I noticed by looking at those that a lot of people were just leaving the moment music hit and they weren't actually going to the end screen, which means they aren't actually clicking on another video, they're going somewhere else, and I don't know where they're going. So I stopped doing that and I was just saying goodbye and I would have two videos pop up and the subscribe. I noticed based off of this and looking at my stats, no one was really subscribing from my end screen. And the more choices that you give people, the less likely they are to click on one of them. So I got rid of that subscribe. It wasn't helping me. Nobody was subscribing from it anyway. And I learned that the best way to get people to click on another video is to give them one option and instead sell that option. So you frequently hear me say at the end of the video, hey, if you like this video or you want to learn more about this topic, check out this video right here. And it's only one option. And my click-through rate for my end screens went up. So that is why it is so important to check out your stats, because that is now giving me more views. People clicking on my videos instead of going to another video is helping me by getting more views, getting more watch time. People are coming back for more content, and it's telling YouTube, keep recommending my content because people are staying on the platform longer. Audience is a tab I don't typically look at. It's the returning viewers versus unique viewers. You can see not subscribed versus subscribed, and then subtitles. I don't put subtitles in my videos because I simply just don't have time for them. So these YouTube stats are definitely going to show you how important it is to actually pay attention to your stats in order to help you grow your YouTube channel. But if you want to learn more about how to grow and actually monetize your YouTube channel, check out this video right here. Make sure to like if you like and subscribe to my channel down below for more videos just like this. And I'll see you next time. Bye.